Alright guys, so as you just seen, the car just turned on. It's almost ready to be driven, but we still got a lot to do. We got to change the lower ball joints for both sides, and we're also going to be replacing all of the sway bar end links, and we're also going to be installing some coilovers for this car because I want this to be not slammed, but I want it to be lower than what it is because that wheel gap is crazy and I need some wheels in this thing. So yeah, let's show you. Yeah, so as you see right here, these bushings were done. Literally once I took them out, the inside of it just fell apart and just popped right out. I grabbed these from Pull Apart. These are from an Acura TSX. Same thing, same subframe. Like I said, these are like they were just recently replaced. I mean, it still has the coating on it, the black coating. So yeah. It's almost a step closer to be driven. I started it up, I adjusted the clutch real quick, not perfectly, but it's close. So now I just gotta put the coilovers on, install the new ball joints, sort the end links all around, and yeah, we should be ready to go for our first drive. But yeah, for now, But for now I'm gonna work on these lower ball joints. I'm gonna take out this ring, and after the ring, I'm gonna flip this over and hammer this out. But yeah, everything else seems good. Yeah, so it shouldn't be too bad to take that out. It should just come right out. Excuse the mess. We are still currently moving into our new storage unit. If you see, this one is way bigger. We could fit like 6 cars in here if we really wanted to, which is a lot nicer than having space for only 2 cars to work on, which is both of our projects currently, me and my dad's. And when we need to work on a car, it needs to be worked on outside. So at least now we have all the space in here, much better. But yeah, I'll pick it back up once I get the new ones installed. Once I get the new ball joints installed. All right, I'm starting to take out this side. This side actually wasn't that bad. I mean, yes, a little bit of play now that I've hit it, but to be honest, it's not play like an actual like a bad ball joint. A bad ball joint will have movement up and down. You know, this would obviously move. This one wasn't that bad. This one right here, when I was taking it out, it snapped clean off. And I was just gonna replace this side at first, but then my dad was like, no, you should just replace both sides because if this one went bad, then that one's right behind it. So yeah, especially this car, I know I'm gonna be going like 100 miles plus on this car. And like I said, safety is number one in the racing or doing anything in this car scene. So yeah, like I said, you wanna take your safety very seriously. Look over the ball joints, look over the bolts, make sure everything is good before you start doing anything recklessly. Because like I said, safety comes first. You can buy another car, you can buy more parts, you buy another motor. You can't buy yourself another body. So yeah, glad I'm doing this. Like I said, this one's already out. Once I impacted out, it snapped and it popped out. Don't understand how that happened, but yeah. In the process of taking that out, I will update you once I take that one out and put new ones on both sides. So yeah. All right guys, so I'm about to install the new ball joint, but before I installed it, I want to show you guys a quick gem. You see how much grease is in this? I have not touched this. You see this little grease that they put in there? That's not even touching the bottom. Literally, it's just straight metal on contact. I see a little bit of grease right there, but look, this is how much grease they're putting in your ball joints, guys. Make sure when you're installing new ball joints, I always put more grease in here. I fill up this whole bottom of the ball joint, and fill this whole thing up with grease, and this thing will last double the life of what this was, because this is gonna last me a few months before this turns bad, because it's just metal on metal. There's no grease in there. If I were to leave this alone, it would be gone. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put more grease in this, and yeah, I'll show you how much I put after I install this real quick. All right, I got one ball joint on. You get the point. You get the point what I'm trying to say. Now you can see it has grease all over the ball joint. I'm gonna add a little bit more inside the actual boot, so then it actually has some all around it and more. And yeah, that's how you make a ball joint last 10 times longer than what that was gonna do. So yeah, I'm gonna put this rear boot on after now that I installed it, because if you install the ball joint with this boot, it will rip on the sides probably. So, well, no, it will rip, not probably, it will rip. But yeah, I got one on. I'm gonna install the boot, install the other one, and yeah, we'll pick it back up. All right, once again, I cannot stress this out enough. You see, this is another ball joint. I did that one's done already. Look, you see how much oil, do you see how much grease is in there? Not a lot. It's all up here. That's not where you need it. You need it down here. That's where it's doing all the work. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit down there, but when you fill this thing up, when you fill up the whole thing with grease, it's a huge difference. So, yeah. Now you see how much grease is in your ball joint when you buy it brand new. It's a gem. So yeah, I'm gonna install this one, and after this, I'm gonna probably install that little control arm right there on the car, and then after this, it should be the coilovers. Yeah, after this, the coilovers. So not too far. I'll pick it up once I do the coilovers. All right, guys. So we got most of the car complete. This whole side is done. Axle's tight, ball joints are tight, tires tight. A-arms are tight, strut is tight. Everything on this is also tight. I'm gonna be replacing this caliper. I'm gonna replace that one too, but for now I'm gonna replace this one since I already have it. Yeah, that's all I gotta do. Then after that, I'm gonna lower the car. Then I'm gonna jack up the rear end and replace the rear sway bar links and the rear suspension to make it low like the front. The front, I lowered it about like an inch, probably like an inch. It should look nice. Probably like an inch and a half. I think it's more so like an inch. It's gonna look pretty good. So yeah, I got the front end done. Time to the rear end, and I'll pick it back up after. I'll pick it back up after it's on the floor, so you can see how it's done. All right, the car's mostly done. Everything's all tight. Front end all together. I'll lower the car a little bit. Let's see how it looks on the floor. Yeah, things are pretty done. Pretty done. Should drive a lot better. Yeah, let's start it up and let's move it around. The front of the cord's on. Probably can barely hear me, but it's pretty low. I like it. It's not too low. Right here, perfect. I'm gonna pull outside. I'm gonna show you guys. Alright guys, so this is the Accord with the new clutch and flywheel. And with the suspension on. Man, this car is so loud, but it drives so good now. The whole front end is new. It drives really smooth. Yeah, but today I'm basically gonna give you a little POV on the car. Got the camera set up. You can see it. Right there, the GoPro. So, yeah, onto the GoPro. Alright guys, so right now we are in the Accord. Man, this thing feels totally different with a clutch. I'm telling you, this thing feels way stronger than before. The J-pipe, it sounds really good. It's really loud though, and I don't like that it's loud and it's under me loud. If it was loud, like in the back of the car loud, it would have been nice. So yeah, I'm gonna get an exhaust soon for this car, so the noise at least going out the back. Because to be honest, the tone of this, it doesn't sound that bad. It's not really raspy. Like, to be honest, I think I could straight pipe this and it wouldn't even sound that bad. So I think I'm gonna put a straight pipe to the back, 3-inch, maybe to like a vibrant muffler, just to, you know, calm it down a little bit. And yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna be doing the break-in miles right now. I'm not really beating on the car. I am getting it ready for this weekend. This weekend, I'm gonna take this car, put some sticky tires on it, and we're gonna see what this Accord can do. To me, that's gonna be the first video of the. That's gonna be the first video of the Accord, you know, on the streets. I'm excited. I can enjoy this at least while I wait for my Civic to get done. Because to be honest, I don't think I'll be able to drive my Civic a lot this year. I mean, I'm still waiting on the wiring to get done. And yeah, by the time that's done, it's gonna be probably almost snowing. And I'm not driving my car in the snow. I can at least enjoy this for now. At least the car drives good. I gotta change the rear shocks to coilovers because I was tired that day and kind of didn't really feel like doing the rears. So yeah, I'll be doing the rears probably tomorrow. I'll probably be doing the rears tomorrow. And yeah, today I'm gonna be working on the truck. I'm gonna fix the master cylinder. I think that's what's wrong with it. That's the reason why it's not really braking right. So yeah. But yeah, I'll cut it straight to the just pure exhaust. I'll stop talking. Alright guys, yeah, so that's gonna be the end of today's video. Let me know what you think of the Accord. It's really, really loud, but it's so close to being done. I gotta still install the rear coilovers. I gotta put new brake calipers in the front, bleed it right, because I got brakes, but it's not really the best how it's supposed to be. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready for this weekend. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be the first video of this Accord in the streets. So me putting some tires on it, do some practice hits, and then I'm gonna go do some racing. Let's see what this little V6 can do. Hearing good and bad things about it, like, oh, it's fast, yeah, but then everyone who has a J37, which I already know that's a monster motor, so yeah, hopefully in the future we'll think about something like that. But for now, I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. This car's pretty quick. I don't need nothing like that for now. I got my Civic. So one thing at a time. Can't focus on two things at once. So, but yeah, if you like today's video, drop a like, subscribe, and you already know it. On to the next one.